Today we're going to be going over a dynamic adductor or inner thigh stretch. So how I like to set this one up is if we are going to stretch my right inner thigh, I'm going to have my feet more than hip width apart with the left one just slightly in front. Now a normal adductor stretch is we're just kind of leaning towards the other side, and as I lean, I get a nice stretch in through the inner thigh there. Okay, so my left knee just kind of bends and I lean that weight over to this side. Now the important thing is that we keep that foot flat. A lot of times when people do this, I'll see their kind of pinky toes roll up. We want to make sure we're keeping that flat as we lean into this. Now some people might get a good stretch with that, but I like to add in some arm movements to really intensify the stretch, just because we have connections from our arms to our legs. So this is really going to kind of help to tighten some of that fascia that goes throughout the body. So keeping this same stance, there's two different arm movements I like to do. It's going to be that same motion where you're shifting your weight, just kind of letting that knee bend and shifting to the other leg. But we're going to take that left hand and just rotate at the same time. And that little rotation should definitely intensify that stretch through the inner thigh. All right? Do about 6 of those, and then we can go into more of a frontal plane motion. So instead of rotating back, we're just going to take this arm and rotate over our body here. Okay, but the reach and the movement are happening at the same time. Just remember to keep that pinky toe down on the floor. Now, our inner thigh muscles, there's not just one, we have many through there, and each have a little bit different role. So to make sure we're hitting the ones that help with hip flexion as well, we're going to go into a little bit more of a staggered stance. So we're still staying slightly wide from hip width, but the other foot is going to be more in front now. Okay, so just to show you, before I was more about here, now I'm going a little bit wider, more staggered. But you can do the same motions. So you're going to just shift onto that front leg, and you can add in that little twist to the side. Okay, you can also, once again, just do the overhead. And then lastly, going with the other arm here, you can go straight forward. It's almost like you're going straight forward, going right to the camera. And I'm definitely hitting more of these kind of front inner thigh muscles here. All right, so play with it. There's no wrong motion here as long as you're getting a good stretch. Try both positions. You might find that this one feels tight and this one doesn't, or vice versa. So find what works best for you. The other thing I love doing is once you get the hang of this, try to add your breath into it as well. So as you're going into that motion, try to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, okay? Get that breath to sync with the movement and you'll get even more of a stretch. So go ahead and give that a try. Do about 6 in each position. Give it some time. It might just take a little bit to figure out, but once you get it, you're gonna feel a really good stretch through that inner thigh.